Welcome back to On the Road with Iona. It is 7:30 on a Monday morning, the week after the AIG Women's Open, and I have cracked out of bed, rocked on to the first tee at one of my favourite places in the world. This is Dumbarnie Links, and you guessed it, we're chasing the red. Oh yes. Good morning. How are you?
Good.
That's pretty punchy, that whole shot there. 7:30 in the morning, slange. Thank you, John. This is absolutely breathtaking. This is a relatively new golf course. We've done some stuff here in the past. Clive Clark design, opened in 2020, and it's just a pure links golf course. We're right down by the water. You're in for a treat here, folks. This is one of the most picturesque golf courses in the whole of Scotland, maybe even in the whole of the world. And I'm feeling particularly inspired, having been working at the AIG Women's Open. I've just been commentating on the best female players in the world, and my goodness, was it an incredible experience. And I'm feeling so inspired and very happy that I get to get the clubs out for myself today. So let's see what we can do. Beautiful opening hole, par 4 from an elevated tee. Kind of want to keep it down the right half from memory because there's a little bit of a stream down the left. Let's see what we can do. It's a pretty good start. We are rocking and rolling. Lydia Cohu, what's your prediction, David? How many under am I going here?
One under.
One deep.
One deep's good.
Okay.
Have fun.
See you in a wee bit. Yes, come on. I've got something to tell you. Have a look at this. I thought I had that. That is completely illegal. So last week, St Andrews, the home of golf, opened its doors once again to the best female players in the world, and it was incredible. Really an amazing week. But my face and my lips and anything that was exposed to the wind has just been absolutely abused all week. The wind, the conditions were so tough. Having covered the men's tournament there in 2022, you know, it was like a different animal out there, the old course. We're talking 4-5 club winds, freezing cold conditions. Yesterday it was bitterly cold and it was raining just to top it off. So they had it all. And the more and the closer you kind of went out, you started in the town, got this kind of symbiotic relationship between St Andrews and the golf course that's really unique and makes the atmosphere what it is. You start right there in the body of the Kirk, and then you get out closer and closer to the estuary. The wind just picks up and up and up. Standing on that 11th green of the old course yesterday with the leaders, I was out with the leading pair, Lilia Vu and G.A. Shin, and honestly, they could barely stand up. The wind was just pummeling them off the estuary there, and I had so much respect for the way the girls handled themselves. You know, there was no complaining, they weren't moaning about it, they were just getting on with it, they were up for the challenge. And it was just brutal from start to finish. I was out there commentating for Sky, and I just loved it. And yes, I would have loved to be playing. And in fact, I need to update you about how that went. But I had a wonderful week, and it's just inspired me even more to keep on my own journey of chasing the red and see where we can get with it. And next year, I will certainly be going to the qualifying again. 136. 136 is the number. I've got something to tell you. I've got some new irons. I get new irons as much as Ollie gets new cars. Now, I know that we've been kind of in a work in progress with my irons, and you're probably thinking, not again, Iona, why have you changed your irons again? Listen, I want to get my irons right, and I just wasn't quite happy with the shafts I was using in the last set. So they're much the same. I'm playing the T100s, but I've gone back for the first time in a long time to a steel shaft, and it's a light steel shaft. It's an 85 gram NS Pro, and this is what I used to play before I had my injury. And then with the injury in my wrist, I decided to go to a light kind of composite shaft. And I've been swinging with that and building my confidence back up with that kind of shaft in for the last 1.5 to 2 years. And now I feel like I'm a little bit stronger, a little bit more confident, my swing's a bit better, and I'm ready to go back to a lighter steel just to get more of a hit through the ball. So we'll see how it goes today, folks, because I'm not sure really of my stock yardages with these clubs. 9 with a bit of hurt in the air, but it's slightly down the breeze. 36. Playing more like a 140. I'm gonna go to a little choke down 8 iron. It's been so fascinating seeing the yardages that the girls hit it this week, you know, and just so impressed with how you know, they don't welly it. They're not trying to absolutely murder the ball. They're just slowly working with what they have and the power that they have in the tank. And GA Shin I was following yesterday, you know, she doesn't hit it very far. She's one of the shortest hitters in the field this week, but there she was with a share for the lead. So it just goes to show you, it's not all about power. Okay, little gripped 8 iron here. Sit. Go. All right. I did go to the qualifying. I went down to Delamere Forest Golf Club. The problem was, it was the week after the Open Championship that I was also covering with Sky, and I had done 3 weeks broadcasting back to back to back. So very little practice, quite poor preparation. And as a result, I had to keep my expectations quite low, and I just got off to a really bad start and double bogeyed the opening hole, which left me with quite a bit of work to do. And of all the things, it was my driver. And you know, my driver is like my best friend. I've just smoked another one down the middle here. So I was really disappointed, but I think physically, mentally, I hadn't really prepared because I'd just done these 3 weeks of broadcasting. And that meant I ended up missing it by 4 shots to get to the next round of qualifying. So it was close, but not close enough, and next year we'll try again. One of the things I saw last week, the Women's Open, was the importance of putting and just how often in links golf, of course, you're reaching for the putter. There's so much creativity and variety from around the green, but really you've got to know what you're doing with the flat stick in your hand. And I actually think that's what it came down to last week, because there's wide fairways at St Andrews, there's massive greens, and these girls, they hit fairways and greens for fun. And ultimately, when they had the putter in the hand, it was really who separated the girls from the women. I think we're running similar to what we were last week because they've had really high winds. David Scott here, who's very kindly welcomed us here at Dumbarnie, saying they're running about 9.5 on the stimp. Quite slow, but quite standard for links. Another change that I've made in my bag since the last Chasing the Red is I've added an extra inch of length onto my putter. And that was following on from our episode with Brad Faxon, where he was asking me to get a little bit more upright in my putting stroke rather than kind of hunched over, and it actually feels amazing. Right, off the left here. Okay, not as slow as I thought. I don't see a lot in this, to be honest. I think this is just straight in the jaws. Fished it. Ah, dear. And therein lies the difference. 3-putt bogey. Ouch. Wow. What a golf hole. I haven't been to Dumbarnie for quite some time. I have been here before, and I was very lucky in 2020 to come here to witness the opening tee shot of Dumbarnie Links. And Clive Clark, the designer, sadly was stuck in America because it was lockdown and COVID and everything like that. So he wasn't able to get here, and we made this tiny little film about the opening tee shots being hit. So I have some lovely memories here, and the hospitality here is fantastic. David Scott and his team are so brilliant, and that's all part of the experience at Dumbarnie. It's very often the people and the welcome that bring you back, isn't it? But then you add a golf course like this on top, and well, you're on to something good. Right, hole number 2 is a par 5. Clive's tips. The burn crosses the hole twice. The majority of golfers will be playing their third shot to this elevated punch bowl style green. There's a backstop up there. Okay, looks like we've got 230 this first bunker down the left, so I think I'll just take it a little bit right of that. It's looking good. That will play. Life in the old dog, yeah. Oh, it's amazing how bad my body feels after coming off a week of broadcasting, because when you're commentating, a lot of people don't realise we wear this kit around our waist, and then it's got, you know, battery packs and all sorts of crazy stuff going on. We tuck our mic in like that, and then we got wires up here, and then the headphones on, this massive cable. I look like a walking Teletubby. But this belt that we wear around our waist weighs about, I think it weighs about 12.5 kilograms. And you're right there, the first round, because the layout of the old course took us 6.5 hours to get round. So you're wearing 12.5 kilograms and this headset that kind of pulls on your neck all week for 6.5 hours a day. It's physically quite a lot, and the step count, as you can imagine, we're doing 1.5 rounds each day. It's high, so it's a very physically demanding job, and you're commentating, and that's where the real work begins. But after I do these weeks, you know, mentally and physically, I'm just exhausted. But today I feel invigorated because I was so excited to come here to Dumbarnie, to try my new clubs. And I feel so inspired by watching the women last week. And Lydia Ko, she is just a legend. She's an absolute icon in golf and in sport. And what a summer she's having. Gold medal at the Olympics. Now she's the gold medal winner at the AIG Women's Open. 3-time major champion, Hall of Famer. And on top of that, I've been very lucky to spend quite a bit of time with Lydia. And she's one of the most beautiful, humble human beings on planet Earth. Truly, golf is so lucky to have Lydia Ko, and she's a deserving winner. But Lilia Vu was unlucky there. She had a putt to make the playoff on the final green, and it just didn't drop for her, and she's one of the best putters out there. But I feel inspired by the women. I feel inspired by their attitudes, how they play within themselves, you know, what great sports people they are. You know, there was so interesting to watch the way they interact with one another. They're so focused on their own game, but very sporting in the way they go about their business. I was standing on the first tee, the final round of the final major of the year, and Lydia Ko was there having a putt, and she was, you know, she was wishing all of her competitors good luck. She was like, good luck today, you know, hope you have a really good round. You know, and I just think that attitude is so refreshing, and obviously that's how she gets the best out of her game, because she's not going in with the kind of angry attitude. She's light in spirit and soul, and that really comes across in her golf. 250 all the way there. I mean, that's a monster. I'm not quite sure what it is to carry the second burn. 30, so 230 to carry the burn. That's danger. So I'm gonna just go down the left here and play this as a 3-shotter. It's cold, there's a bit of wind in the air. 250, leave myself 100, so a 150 shot is really all I'm looking for. Do a little bit more, I'm gonna hit a little 6-iron up the left. Lovely. I've got a little fan club along today. Ollie, show who's here. It's always nice to have a few fans out.
My name's Lily. I'm the captain of the University of St Andrews Golf Club, and I'm just out here enjoying a beautiful sunny morning at Dumbarnie, one of my favourite golf courses in the St Andrews area. Highly recommend if you haven't played it. And yeah, what a way to cap off an amazing week in St Andrews for the AIG Women's Open. So, had a great time.
I'm George, mate of Ollie's, sat behind the camera. We've come to Scotland to play a bit of golf. Now we're watching Chasing the Red at lovely Dumbarnie Links in 3D.
102. Now it's on a bit of an upslope, which means it's going to come out a little bit higher, which often means it's not going to travel quite as far because the trajectory is higher, therefore the carry will be a bit shorter. So I've got to think about that, and it plays a little bit uphill. I'm just going to say it plays more like 107. Bit of wind off the left, and there is a backstop up there, so it's a wee bit tricky today because I haven't done the stock yardages with these irons. I'm going to be very interested to see how far they go, but we'll do that session shortly. We're using our full swing monitor, which I'm obsessed with. Okay, going to take this a little bit left of the flag, and it might go a little bit long, but I'm okay with that. Using the little backstop there, I think, and I might just claw that 3-putt bogey back here. Oh, this is just glorious. Chances here. on the second, straight down the breeze. It's a quick putt off the left. It's not breaking. Didn't move. All right, a par. At least I gave myself a chance. Early days yet, early days. Have a look at this. Oh, life is pretty good when you get to soak in a view as good as this one. And it's a drivable par 4, the third, so it's even more fun. The green is just winking at you down there in the left-hand side going, come on, give it a go. Okay. 274 to the flag. Let's take a look at what the wind's up to. It's into off the right. Ah, I just need a bit of help. I'm just going through the change from my Titleist TSR3 to the new Titleist GT. Now I've got the head in my bag. I know that's a bit weird, but it's just because I'm not quite confident with it yet, so I'm just trying to get used to it. But there's less loft on this GT, and I think it goes a little bit further because of the new technology. So I know that technically this wouldn't be allowed in a competition. In fact, this is completely illegal. But for the sake of this video and for a bit of fun, I'm going to switch out my driver head here and see if I can take on this green. Because I don't think that TSR3, I carry that about 240, 245. So it's not quite enough. And I think I've got 255 carry with this guy. There's a little hill on the right. If I can just throw this out there, might get a bit of a kick off it. Tell you what, go on baby, fly like the wind. And did you see that? Can't see it down, but I mean it was bang on line. Just whether it's got the kick off that little hill. Came off lovely though. Oh yes. So it was hiding behind this little hillock here from the tee. And I've got a putt for eagle coming up. GT driver, driven the green, the third green at Dumbarnie off the blue tees. Come on. Now it's all very well hitting the flashy tee shot, but if you can't hold a putt, go on baby. Oh, I thought I had that. I thought I had that. It's a birdie. It's a shame, but it was a cracking drive with the GT, so I reckon that bad boy will stay in the bag. Got one back. Back to level par. Not quite in the red yet, but we're on the 4th hole. Beautiful little par 4. Kind of straight up, dog legs a little bit to the right. I can see the green just hiding down there in the right-hand corner. And we've got some bunkers in play, but they're 280 off the blue tees to get into them. So I think I can actually use those kind of spectacle bunkers as a nice aiming point and just hit my driver. Keeping the GT in the bag, following on from that drive. I've just got to start building confidence with it, and there's no time like the present. Little draw. Right, left half of the fairway, opened up the green. .142, a little bit of hurt in the air. Gonna hit a little 7-iron. That's definitely playing more like 150 at least. Beautiful linksy day this, couldn't ask for more. Right, it looks like the pin is tucked on the right hand side and there's a bit of a ridge just to the left of it that I can use to feed the ball down to the flag. This looks pretty good. Oh yeah. Ooh, that's right on it. Chances once again. Outside chances because this is quite a long putt, but it's up the hill and a little bit of right to left. Oh. Easy par, level par heading to the 5th. Let's talk about the 5th hole. It's a par 4, stroke index 2, so it's a toughie. I remember this being a really tough hole. From the blue tees, we've got 225 yards to carry onto the fairway. Quite a big hit. Just thankfully the wind's not hurting today, so that should be fine. And then 282 puts you in that bunker up there on the right. So driver should be fine, just keeping it left of that bunker. Down the right hand side, I think it should be okay, but it'll be a longer shot in, I think. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the open pre-qualifying that I went to, because I went down there, did it, and then I was on to the next broadcasting event straight away after that. And you know, it's really tough because obviously starting on the road with Iona and doing Chasing the Red, feeling like my wrist is improving a little bit, has given me the love, and the passion is still there for the competitiveness and getting out with the card in my hand. But believe it or not, that was my first competitive professional tournament in 7 years. And it was just really annoying that it was 4 or 5 days after the Open Championship, which obviously is a huge week for Sky Sports, and I was there as part of the broadcast team, and I was just really tired on the back of it. I just felt exhausted. So I went down to Delamere, and because I was trying to manage my energy, I felt so tired. I was kind of trying to decide whether to do a full practice round or 9 holes. And I decided to do 9 holes to keep a bit of energy in the tank. And that second 9, so I played the back 9, and then I didn't play the front 9. I went home and I just tried to rest so that the next day I would feel fresh. And it's probably not a surprise that I performed a lot better on the back 9. I kind of knew a little bit more where I was going. I dropped these shots on the front 9. It was my driver. The rough there was so thick. It was an inland course, a beautiful golf course, Delamere, and the rough was so thick. And if you went in it, even just a yard in it, you're looking at a double or a triple or worse. And on that opening hole, I felt great, and I just hit my driver down the right and opened with a double, but leveled the ship, and I kind of got steady again. And by the time I got to the turn, I had dropped a few shots, but I played the back 9 in 1 over par, and I just felt like I was just kind of getting going. I needed another 18. The front 9, I'd kind of just getting back into my rhythm, and then the second 9, I really was off and running, and then I'd run out of holes. And you know, it was tough for everyone. They'd set the golf course up really difficult. So to drop that many shots, and actually I only missed it by, I think, 4 shots in the end, and you know, that's quite telling. That double on the first, I made a double on 8, and it was game over for me. So I had 16 holes of quite good golf, those 2 bad holes. But you know, I think I was really proud of myself for giving it a go, and I absolutely loved it, despite the silly shots here and there, and you know, not quite feeling 100% in my energy and everything. I absolutely loved every second of it. I had a smile on my face, and I had a couple of followers of On the Road with Iona come down and watch me, and I just want to say a huge thank you to them, because they were so supportive, and they followed my round, and when I hit my ball in the rough, they helped me find it, and I had a smile on my face from start to finish. So it's only made me hungrier to keep doing this Chasing the Red, to keep trying to improve my game after such a long period of not playing any golf. And you better believe that next year we are going to try and qualify for Royal Porthcawl. The AIG Women's Open is heading to Wales, and I'm going to do everything I can to try and get my spot there. And the first thing I need to do is negotiate with my boss at Sky Sports how I can have a lighter week at the Open Championship, because that's the week before the qualifying. So we need to think that one through. 157 yards. Now I remember this green is quite tricky. It kind of cuts from right to left, so I'm going to keep this down the right. Oh, it's going left. So nearly good. Kick off that bank. Oh yes. Oh, that's what you call a member's bounce. That's kicked lovely. So I just caught that ever so slightly towards the toe, and it was going a little bit left, but there's margin for error up there, thank goodness. The final thing that I took away from Open pre-qualifying was just how much respect I have for the girls who play golf for a living. I saw some old friends, saw some old faces I hadn't seen in a long time that were there, still grinding, still trying to qualify for the last female major of the year. And you know, I just think it's such a tough thing to do for a living. These girls are so good, but it's such fine margins. It's one putt here, it's one putt there, one loose drive and you got a double bogey, you know, and you hit all these good shots and you hit one bad shot and you're out of the tournament. And it just reminded me how tough it is and how mentally strong you have to be. But I really do believe that if you can play golf with real joy in your heart and in your body, a bit like what Lydia Ko does, having just won the tournament, then I do think that stands you in good stead. And I tried to take that in with me, and regardless of the score, I had a great day. And really, that's all that matters. So that was my final takeaway. Hats off to all the girls that play golf for a living, because it is tough. So I got a little bit lucky there. I got a kick off this bank and it's fed back in. Right, up the slope. Looks like a little bit of right to left. Oh, it's left of it. Gave it a chance though. Par. Stroke index 2. I think par is a good score on this hole any day of the week. But we've got to find some birdies now. Next up, a birdie. Watch this space. All right, beautiful par 3. It's playing like a 165. Smooth 5-iron here with the backstop behind the flag. It's struck. A little bit left of it. Okay, it's going to be a long putt, but we're in a good spot. All right, so that 5-iron has gone a little bit long, but I took the trouble out of play at the front, which I guess was quite smart. And now this is going to be quite a testy pace putt down and off the left. Go on. Oh, a lip out. God, that hurts. Dear, oh dear. A 3-putt bogey on this beautiful par 3, back to 1 over. 7th hole at Dumbarnie, par 5, stroke index 16, so good chances here. Feeling a bit frustrated that I just let one slip there. That was not good. So I've got to try and claw one back on this par 5, and it's a dog leg from left to right. I'm going to take the driver. I'm just curious how much of the corner I can take off. Looks like it's 204 to carry these bunkers on the right, so that's fine. I can just take it up and over those. Oh baby, off you go, buddy. You can do it. Go on. Where's his mama? Where has he come from? Needs to get off this path. Yeah, he'll be all right. He's on his way. All right, here she is. Perfect position, actually. That's a good line off the tee. 250. It's a long way, and you can see the whole location today is defended by 2 bunkers, 2 spectacle bunkers again. So it's not going to be worth taking this on. But what I can do is try and give myself a yardage that I like. And I think I like 90 yards. It's just a nice smooth one with my 50 degree. So I'm gonna hit like a 160 shot down here. That wind, where is that wind? Helping off the right? Yeah, let's hit the 6. Okay, we've got 80 yards here. So actually, I kind of accidentally played that perfectly because it plays a little bit uphill and there's a bit of hurt in the air. So I think it will play kind of like 90, which is what I was looking for. So I'm going to take my 50. Oh, it's gone long. I think there's actually a bit of help in the air. Come off that slope. Oh, it's stuck on the bank. So folks, how have you been getting on with your chasing the red? How are your golf games going? I'd love to hear in the comments below. I know I've been to see some pretty cool coaches recently, and some of this instructional content I really hope is helping with your game. I know we got some amazing comments on the back of the Brad Faxon episode and Dan Walker stuff. Not Dan Walker, although we do love Dan Walker. The Dan Grieve, the short game wizard. And we are going to do some more stuff with Dan. So I'd love to know kind of what stuff you'd really like to see that's going to help you with your game. And who else you'd like to see coming on as experts on the channel. But I really hope you're continuing to chase the red. I know it's been a while since we did an episode here. I'm very happy that we're back. Right, we're through the back of the green here. Feels like the percentage play with the putter. This has got a chance. Go on, go on. It's a birdie. Mwah! Yes, come on. Heading to the 8th, back to level par. That was a Brucey bonus. Thank you ball. The 8th, take a look at this hole. Have you seen such a beautiful par 3? Oh my word, it's protected by the dunes, and that's a unique feature here at Dumbarnie. Every hole that you're on, you feel like you're on a private little golf course. You don't really see anyone else, you don't hear anyone else. And that flag from the blues today is 147 down the slope. Playing more like 142. Can see there are 4 bunkers that defend this green, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. It's kind of a long putting green. I mean, it's definitely reminding me of the postage stamp at Troon that we visited earlier this year for the Open Championship. I'm not sure if this has a name, but maybe we should come up with one. We could call it like the penny piece or something like that. Come up with a name, can't we, Ollie? The penny piece at Dumbarnie. It's beautiful. All right, 142 is what it's playing. Definitely into a hurting breeze though, so let's take that up to 152. It's a 7-iron all day. He's ready. George is all over it. He's all over it. Jonesy's got competition. My caddy from the Links. Go on. All right, it's looking good. Tiny bit left of the flag. No holes in one today, but a nice shot. I want to hole this so much. Pushed it. Pushed it. But I got the 3, which is pretty good. I'll take a 3 there any day of the week. 1 hole to go. Level par. Let's see if I can break into the red on this very last beautiful hole here at Dumbarnie. A new addition at Dumbarnie Links since I was last here, the halfway house. Lovely little pit stop before you make to the 9th tee, just to refuel. Get yourself a little beverage, maybe a sausage roll. And it's another corker of a hole. Just love it when you're on an elevated tee and you're kind of looking down the valley of the hole. It's nothing better. Par 4 stroke index for the 9th. We need a birdie here to break into the red, and I really want to be under par today because I feel like coming off the AIG Women's Open, I just feel so inspired to hole putts and make birdies. Let's take a look at what we're facing. Got a couple bunkers, one down the right, one down the left. 240 put me one on the left, so that's definitely in play. So I just basically need to keep it right of that, and then I should have a short wedge, not a wedge, a short iron in from there. Thank you, George. A lovely little stripe going down this fairway. The condition of this course is just immaculate, and that's where I'm aiming, right down that stripe. It's looking right on the stripe. It's on the stripe! Yes! Straightest drive award. 167. Can't see the bottom of the flag, it's hidden in a little dip down on that left hand side, and that's right on the left of this green, if memory serves me well. 167. Right, I've got the 5-iron for this shot, straight into a stiff breeze, so I'm hoping this climbs to the top of this mound and then it's going to feed down to the hole from there. Lily here is doing a little bit of work experience with us at On the Road with Iona, helping us with our new monthly newsletter, which you have to get involved in if you don't subscribe to that. totally free. We've got a monthly newsletter, don't we, Lily?
Yep,
That's
definitely.
coming out. It's got some giveaways, some freebies, news about what we've been doing. So Lily's helping us with that and getting some work experience with how we put this all together on the road with Iona. And Lily will be coming on the channel in a very special episode of Chasing the Red soon, so watch out for that. But Lily, last week you were working at the AIG Women's Open.
Yes.
As the player liaison.
Yes,
Player
basically,
greeter.
yeah, basically. So we were looking after all the players, all their needs, booking their practice rounds, booking their cars, like everything. So
Whoa.
got to meet all the players, sort of that a friend by the end of it. So it was great fun. It was really good.
That is epic. You know, in 2013, when the AIG Women's Open was last at St Andrews, I volunteered as a scoreboard holder.
Oh, nice.
And I was walking around holding that scoreboard. And it's so cool, isn't it, to get that experience right in the tournament.
Oh, it's amazing. And in St Andrews as well. I mean, doesn't really get much better than that. to be
Who was your
honest.
favourite player that came in?
Lexi Thompson, one of the nicest people. She was, every time she walked in, she'd stop, have a chat in general, sort of catch up. And then, yeah, she was really emotional, obviously this being maybe her last major in St Andrews. So,
yeah, almost definitely.
but she greased all like the staff and said thank you at the end, and she's just such a genuine icon, really, on and off the golf course.
Totally. She's done so much for the game, hasn't
So
she, Lexi
really,
Thompson?
she really has.
Hats off to Lexi, and that's cool. All right, Lily, well, thanks for being here today, and more from Lily soon.
Nice shot in.
Thank you.
That is so close to being, look at that.
Yeah.
So that had gone a little bit further.
It's just not quite come down that bank. That's so cruel.
That is, yeah, close to being a really
Another
good shot.
yard and it was right down at the flag. Right, this is it then. We've already holed a kind of monster putt today, so 2 might be a bit greedy, but I really, really want it. And it's down off the right. It's a beautiful, inviting putt. I think it's out here somewhere. Oh, it stopped turning. It was on the way and then it just straightened up at the hole. And now I've got a knee knocker for par. Now I'm regretting giving that a go, but this is nothing but net. Yes. I would have been really mad if I missed that. So when all is said and done, 9 holes, front 9 at Dumbarnie, chasing the red. We're level par, so we're in the neutral zone, but I've loved being back out on the golf course after the AIG Women's Open. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. See you next time around. It's a wrap. Level.